let's just start from the very beginning. What initially made you join Relentless as a customer?
Sure. Actually, it's funny you say that. I really appreciated Kareem's email. Even though it was a
Hmm.
cold call email, something about it really spoke to me. I did to try to do a little bit of research on Relentless. There wasn't much there, but I just decided to pursue the opportunity because I was already in between jobs, so the timing was perfect. So while I was applying myself, it was also the very beginning of the year. It was like just around Christmas, the beginning of the year, first week of January. So it was very quiet. Like I wasn't getting responses for the first couple of weeks of January, so I decided to pursue the Relentless job. And yeah, when I talked to the account manager at Relentless, it really seemed like it made sense for me to do that, to hire someone who would be like on my side. So yeah, I decided to take the plunge and do it.
Got it. You said January, that's 2025, just the start of
Yes,
this year. Okay.
yes.
How was your search working out before Relentless? Like,
I pretty much started at the same time. So I officially started like I think at like around Christmas, like just a couple of days before New Year's
mhm.
myself. And then with Kareem reaching out, I think I joined Relentless. I don't know, remember the exact date, but if I had to guess, it was around January 10th or 14th. So honestly, I just started my own search. But what I was seeing right away is the application process is very difficult in terms of um, some of the forms are really long. Not every system is like clean. And LinkedIn would show me like 900 applicants in one day for some of the jobs. So immediately it was obvious it was going to be really hard to stand out, with
Mhm.
just an application. So that was the challenges I was seeing immediately in the first 2 weeks. So I decided, if I hire a firm, hopefully that'll give me the leg up to stand above and beyond some of the other applicants.
Okay. So would you say that you saved a lot of time with all the applications that we did on your behalf?
Yes, yes. I mean, I think the biggest win was the number of applications. I think for me in particular, it was over 900 applications in 3 months. I mean, there's no way I would have applied 900 times. And
Mhm.
very honesty, I think I applied to around 200 applications myself
Mhm.
in that time period, but 900 applications is very impressive. At some point in time, I stopped, like I didn't apply personally at all because I knew Relentless was taking care of everything. And I was able to focus on preparing for interviews, doing the homework assignments, so when the interviews rolled in, especially that was the most helpful because the applications were still being done for me in the background, but I could actually focus on those,
Okay.
like the right level of detail.
That's good to know, Alex. And what would you say was the most valuable aspect of the Relentless service?
It was good. Overall, I give a really high marks to Relentless. I was very impressed. I appreciated the group sessions. While initially I was maybe slightly skeptical why their group session, I actually immediately learned to appreciate them. It was good to hear other people's questions and experiences. I really appreciated the walkthrough of my resume and kind of a simpler approach of how to phrase some of my wins. I really liked, like I said, the volume of number of applications and the AI driven, but kind of that personalized approach that every application will be unique. I thought it was very, very powerful. I literally had an interview where the recruiter said, I have never seen such an amazing application. Your application like stood out above everyone else, the way you wrote your resume. I was actually slightly like I should have reviewed closer like that particular your guys' particular. I reviewed their job description and I know my
Right.
resume and said, but I thought that was funny because I was like, oh, that's really great. So that was one feedback. But yes, I mean the volume, the nonstop. It was. I mean, I think the best phrase, and the account manager at Relentless said that, but I do have to agree. It does feel like you clone yourself, and you just have this entity that kind of works for you as you, and just continuously applies. But what I like, I thought the ratio was really good as well. I think I ended up the official count from Relentless is 10, but I felt there was much more. I think I was at 14 or 15 first round interviews. I also added about five, by myself. So it was a really, really good volume of outcome. So I really thought that played a big part of me getting a job as well. When you have 20 first round interviews, it's such a numbers game. You're drastically increasing the chances of you getting success.
Did we meet all your expectations?
Yeah, I had this timeline where I was like 6 months is absolutely the maximum starting January 1st. And I mean, we hit January, February, March, and so in April, I was already negotiating an offer in the beginning of April. So we hit a 3 month timeline, which I was hoping with Relentless. So 6 months was my max, and 3 months was sort of my target that I thought was very aggressive. And so I was really impressed that, I ended up with Relentless kind of hitting that 3 month timeline. But
Yeah.
everything else, like I said, I think just the volume alone and applications and how everything was filled in, I think was very, very good.
Yeah. Uh, did you get any benefit from our coaching, like maybe for interview preparation or any advices in general from us?
I did appreciate it. So, kind of that the coaching that the first interview should really focus on kind of the one thing that you can say that, stands out, or the one question you should ask the recruiter. I think that was very, very helpful. Kind of, I appreciated that Relentless thinks of these things as frameworks. And I really like frameworks. So having the framework definitely really helped me think through them. Same thing when it came to negotiating a salary. Both Kareem and a few others, like you as well, shared some resources that was more of a framework on, making sure you get the contract, making sure you reach out to the hiring manager, making sure you show kind of one or two bullet points that really speak to why you deserve a bigger salary. So it was definitely helpful to have that background.
Well, we're glad about that. And hypothetically, or maybe even realistically, do you think Relentless is a service that you would recommend to others?
I would recommend Relentless to others. I've actually recommended it to 3 people so far already.
Oh, that's good. Awesome.